Well, guess who's back? I haven't done a video in ages. Oh boy. I'm gonna be the moderator of this whole entire thing. I'm not gonna really say much, but I'll give you my thoughts. If you didn't saw the race at Talladega, more power to you. If you didn't saw what transpired or you haven't heard already, then I might as well tell you. Think about how would I say it? I think this race will go down in history as one of the most controversial finishes in NASCAR history. Reasonable or unreasonable? That is the question. Should Harvick be flagged? Yes or no? Is Logano bitch made or not? There are so many questions that are left unanswered here at Talladega. Should they have stick with three green white checkers? Yes or no? Is the one green white checker rule stupid? Yes or no? The only thing I will say this is for sure Joey Logano swept this round. He won 3 straight in a row. Now he has more wins than anybody else. However, Dale Earnhardt Jr., he's out. Denny Hamlin, out. It's still unofficial. Some people say Kevin Harvick ruined the whole race. There were bottles thrown when Logano won. There are so many things to talk about. Did Logano win? Yes or no? Did Junior beat him? Yes or no? View it, tell it like it is. My honest opinion, I never seen a NASCAR race this controversial in a long time. This will go down. Remember Richmond 2012. Remember North Wilkesboro 1990. Remember the 2004 Aaron's 499. Because of that race, they brought out the green-white checker. Keep in mind, one green-white checker rule has been around longer than the 3 attempts. But at the same time, am I happy Logano won? No. Are you kidding me? I think the finish was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. The one that they waved off for Jimmy Johnson, Martin Truex Jr., and Kyle Larson, people, they didn't acknowledge it. Kevin Harvick was on the outside. He was not in formation. I was thinking, what the hell is Harvick doing? Oh, next attempt of next restart. Some say he intentionally wrecked Harvick to get into the next round. All of that is yet to unfold. I will invite people in this chat that I know of. I'm going to let them tell it like it is because I'm telling you this stuff right now because I don't want to jump into their conversation. I want them to tell it like it is. But my side of the finish, disappointed of the finish. It had 2002 Daytona 500 written all over it in both attempts. I have never seen this many cars wrecked once they got to the green flag since the 2004 Nextel Open. If you haven't seen that race, go watch it. It was a lot of cars involved. I know it's Charlotte. I know this is Talladega. My honest opinion, do I like it? I really don't care. I really don't care. But a lot of people do. A lot of people are angry. There's already a Facebook page with Fire Brian France. Some people are saying that Harvick should be black flagged. My honest opinion, this race is already a clusterfuck. Greg Biffle had like a 40-second lead, almost would have won it, but McMurray blew his engine. Ugh. I'm speechless. I'm just speechless. I'm speechless. That's how I am. I'm just speechless. Give your thoughts. Give your thoughts on in the comments for those who care. Just go ahead. Just let it out on the comments. My honest opinion, it was a clusterfuck. Not being honest, it was a clusterfuck. It was a bullshit outcome. We're just gonna have to wait on what happens because obviously now a lot of people are saying WWE on wheels or WWF on wheels. All I gotta say is Gordon's in the chase. What else could I say? Disappointed that Logano won, of course. But man, NASCAR inconsistent. That's an understatement. Yeah!
This is Brian France, yeah! I don't give a shit what the fans want, yeah! Well, Brian France, good job. Good job. You know, I like to know the hooker that your father fucked in a strip club or something to produce you, because whoever the woman was that your father fucked in order to give birth to you must be the stupidest. I'm not going to say the word for it, but I I can't fucking believe this. You know, I keep telling people over and over and over and over and over again, Brian France is out of touch. Brian France is out of touch. Brian France is all out of touch. And I always get the, oh, shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're talking about. Blah, 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 blah. Well, what do you know? Look at it now. Everybody's pissed off. 2 Talladegas in a row where everybody's pissed off. Last year it was Brad. This year it's the one green white checkers rule. What the hell is going to happen next year? Are we going to have 3 years in a row? It's time for everyone to man the fuck up. Stop giving this company your fucking money! You want Brian France to change? You want NASCAR to change? Stop giving them your money! Fucking idiots! Every fucking week on Facebook, all I hear is, I can't watch the races on NBC Sports Network. It's on Fox Sports 1. I can't afford the channel. Live streaming on the internet. There's a thing called stream. But I don't want to do that because it don't feel right. Well, does it really make any difference anyway?
I don't condone that, by the way, for those who are not live stream people, including myself, but whatever.
Alright. Seriously. That's what everybody does. They complain about the TV deal, and then when something goes down in a NASCAR race that they don't like, they bitch and complain about it. Enough. I'm at the point where I don't even want to watch this shit no more. I'm at the point where when Gordon retires, I'm done with this shit. I don't even care about Tony Stewart retiring. Let him ride off in the sunset. It's not like he's going to win a race next year anyway. I'm telling the truth. He's not going to win a race next year anyway. He's not going to be consistent. When Gordon's gone, I'm probably going too. There's nothing left to cheer for. You want me to stay around? You want me to stay around and cheer guys like Eric Jones, who's going to be Kyle Busch Jr. I've seen how Eric Jones can be. He can be a crybaby at times. You want me to stay around and cheer guys like Brad Keselowski, who I despise after last year? You want me to stay around and cheer Kevin Harvick, who's starting to turn into a heel? Kevin Harvick is one of my favorite drivers, but recently, what he's been doing lately, he's starting to become a Brad Keselowski of last year, along with Logano. And where does this all lead to? It's like a pyramid. It's like the song from Drake. You start from the bottom, now you're here. You start at the bottom with the drivers. You work your way up to middle class with the department and social media and stuff. Then you work your way up to the second highest, which would be NASCAR board of directors, all the way up till you get to the very tip top of the pyramid. And who's sitting there on top of the throne? Brian fucking France. Sitting there on the throne, smoking a cigar with piles of money around him, laughing his ass off because he don't give a shit what you people want. Who do you think really makes the NASCAR rule changes a week before the race? You really think it's just the board of directors by themselves? Let's have some common sense, people. Who is the one that came up with the shapes for the NASCAR Sprint Cup in 2004? Who is the one that drove Winston out of NASCAR? Who's the one that drove a lot of fans and sponsorships out of NASCAR because of the way it's changing. Brian France. I've been a fan of NASCAR my entire life. I grew up around Dale Sr. I grew up around Mark Martin and Terry Labonte and them. I used to love NASCAR all the time. I wanted to be a NASCAR driver. One of my goals growing up as a kid was to become a NASCAR driver and race down in this at the time the Winston Cup series before it became the Nextel and Sprint. I wanted to be a NASCAR stock car driver. That was my dream when I was a kid. And seeing what NASCAR has become now, I wouldn't even want to race in it. I honestly wouldn't. I wouldn't want to race in Xfinity. What? Race in Xfinity and have guys like Kyle Busch go down there and win all the fucking time? Race down in trucks where you race a truck and you get beat by guys like Kyle Busch and Brad Kay because they go down there too. I know that Sprint Cup guys go down to the lower series all the time. It's happened ever since the 90s and 80s with Mark Martin in them. But recently, with the number of Sprint Cup guys racing down in Xfinity, it ain't even really a starter up series. What I mean by a starter up series is you have a bunch of guys, you work their way up to Sprint Cup, or there are guys that wanting to come back to NASCAR, they got a new ride, they want to prove themselves again, like Brendan Gaughan, who by the way has been around since 2003. You have these guys come back to NASCAR because they want to prove to themselves that they can be on top.
Earlier than that, Brendan Gaughan tried to make a cup race in 01. He's in the third to Daytona game in the 62 Napa truck.
Yeah. You got these guys wanting to redeem themselves, and they can't do it. And you want to know why? Because every week, every time you see a Sprint Cup guy, whether it's Kyle Busch, Brad Kay, Joey Logano, you're like, oh, Sprint Cup guy qualified on the pole. Well, I guess we know who's winning the Xfinity race. It doesn't matter. You can stop watching Sprint Cup. You can watch Xfinity and truck. They're only going to make those series worse. I give it about 4 or 5 years. 4 or 5 years from now, they're going to have a chase for an Xfinity Cup. They're going to have an entire chase format for Xfinity and truck. I give it about 5 or 6 years before they do it. And then what? Where do we do then? There ain't nowhere to go then. What? Go down and watch ARCA? Watch the ARCA breaks? Watch Whelen Modifieds? For what? What are they going to gain? Nothing.
There's really nothing wrong with Modifieds or the K&N series. I actually would watch it every now and then. But going back to the point, the only thing is guys like John Hunter Nemechek, Cameron Haley, Daniel Hemrick, Daniel Suarez, all those guys that I made from the top of my head. This is the toughest decade to even get in a solid cup ride. Those guys that I mentioned are gonna have a real hard time.
Would you consider this Talladega race? Would you consider this race worse than last year's?
I already gave my thoughts. 2014 case I hated with a passion, so I have no entitlement on that one.
Did anyone know the mother of Brian France, the one that gave birth to Brian France? What was her name? I can't even remember her name right now, but Bill France Jr., what the fuck were you doing, dude? I know you wanted a son. I know you wanted a family, but whoever was the girl that you fucked, dude, she must have been on some fucking methamphetamine. She must have been on some fucking cocaine or crack or something because, yeah, you got your wish. You had a son. Congratulations, but you had to have known what was going to happen when you took over the family business. And it's too late now. Brian France, it's taken over. Bill France is long gone. There's no one to save the sport. What is with sports these days? You got Roger Goodell ruining the NFL. You got Vince McMahon ruining the WWE. You got the commissioner of baseball, who I give it about 3 or 4 years, he's going to ruin baseball. And then you got Brian France. What is going on with commissioners of sports? Whatever happened to the good old days? It's only going to get worse. Everybody's like, oh, NASCAR is going to get better when Brian France steps down. We got about another 20 years before that happens. And even when that happens, I've heard that he has like this daughter or something that's probably going to take over the sport. And we all know what's going to happen if his daughter takes over this. If it's his daughter, if some girl in the France family might take over the family after Brian, steps down.
I say it's one of those you'll never know. It's one of those you'll never know, Staples. Obviously, I don't friggin' know, but at the end of the day, everybody is gonna look back at this race and gonna harp it really bad. Nope, I don't think anybody, unless you're a Logano fan and maybe a Gordon fan, that actually enjoy this race.
I gotta ask you a very serious question. When Gordon retires at the end of this year, are you done with NASCAR?
Fuck no. I'm sorry. Fuck no. And I'm just the moderator, but I'm sticking through thick and thin. I started watching in 03. I've seen some great stuff, stupid shit, and bullshit. And this one, I say I'm going with the stupid shit, but I kind of sensed it. I kind of already knew this kind of stuff was going to happen. I knew it was going to be a backlash.
I knew it was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen. After the truck race, I said, boy, I can't wait to watch 3.5 hours of the Sprint Cup race and see the... I didn't even watch the full race. I just tuned in for the end. As soon as I saw on Twitter that there was like 2 laps to go, I was like, well, time to tune into the race and see everybody get pissed off. What do you know?
Well, I actually just saw the race. How about the first 130-some laps, 140, I don't remember, caution-free, and it took Justin Allgaier. I want to talk about Justin Allgaier for one moment. That engine failure ain't going to do him justice as far as him being there in 2016. It ain't going to do him justice. I still firmly believe H. Scott should expand to a third-car team, but that's not going to happen. There's rumors out there that he might be Regan Smith's replacement or one of their top candidates.
How are you even able to watch the race? Half of the race was commercials. Like, they come back for 2 laps, and then the next 5 minutes would be commercials.
All right, Jacob. So let me answer. Let me get this. I listened through the MRN broadcast. I listened to Kamikaze Games, Twitch live stream. I've been through some. I see it no matter what. Even if there's 8,000 commercials, I'll at least have an alternate to watch it. Or there's even MRN.
For what?
The Dega race. Jacob, what are your thoughts of this race? I'm just
dumb, and you know why.
Oh, go ahead and say
Harvick
it.
got screwed out by Brian France. Harvick just got screwed over by Brian France.
I gotta ask.
Wait a minute, is it official? Is it official that Harvick has been penalized or something?
No, Harvick shouldn't be penalized. It should be Brian France who should be fired.
Oh, okay. Apparently, now, officially, here are the official 8 drivers that made it through: Kyle Busch, Kurt Busch, Carl Edwards, Joey Logano, Jeff Gordon, Brad Keselowski, Martin Truex Jr., and Kevin Harvick.
Oh, Harvick still made it, though. That's good.
Yeah, he still made it. But some people are going to disagree that he should not be in. So that means Denny Hamlin, Dale Jr., Ryan Newman, Matt Kenseth are done. They are eliminated. Yeah. Now Joe Gibbs has 2 guys, and I will say this. Joe Gibbs, 2015, is going to end up like Roush in 2005. They may be strong, but they won't win the title.
Nope. Because Kyle Busch...
I'll tell you one thing. I'm going to be serious tonight. WWE Hell in a Cells later tonight, at least that will entertain me more than this fucking race did.
I'm going to be watching it from an app, so...
I'll probably watch the first hour, but...
Is Hell in a Cell going to be more entertaining than what happened in this race?
All I'm going to say is, whoever's... it better be a good opponent to face Cena. even though we know what's going to happen there. And all I got to say, whoever wins Taker versus Lesnar, as long as it's a good match, I don't really care who wins that one. I didn't frankly care much about this race. I thought it was a fairly better race until the very end when everybody was brake checking and turning people around. Oh yeah, let's talk about the big one. Well, the quote-unquote big one at start-finish when you had Trevor Bayne, Bobby Labonte, Danica Patrick, David Gilliland, Tony Stewart, Sam Horse Jr., Denny Hamlin, a couple others as well, Michael McDowell.
Did anybody... Otto, did you see Denny get out of the car the way he got out? He was pissed off.
He had a bad race. He had the roof flop, which I thought not many people do.
He threw the helmet at the windshield. He threw his Hans device at the windshield coming out. When he took the helmet off, he actually threw it at the windshield. He might have cracked it.
I don't blame him because he know he was eliminated. He had a really long day because of the roof flap, but you really can't do anything about it at this point, unfortunately.
This is the most anybody's been pissed off at a NASCAR race since, well, I'm sorry to bring this up, Otto, and I know you don't like this race, but this is the most anybody's been pissed off.
Oh, fuck that race. I think
this is the most anybody's...
As the moderator, I will not talk about that race. I'm sorry. I will not talk about that race.
Can you let him say it? Because I want to hear what it was.
Okay. Okay. Since you do not know which one it is.
The last two NASCAR races to piss people off like this were Texas and Talladega of last year when Brad won it.
Yeah, that made me mad. And then Texas was...
The Dega one from last year, I don't know. I didn't see an uproar of negativity. The only thing I was upset about was Keselowski winning, and Kenseth didn't do anything to get by him.
There was a lot of negativity.
I think the negativity is because Junior and Jimmy Johnson were eliminated. That may be why.
Well, for those of you tuning in, it is 5:42 Central Time, 6:42 on the East Coast. Hell in a Cell is coming up in about an hour and a half. Talladega just happened a couple of minutes ago, just got done, and this might be the most heated NASCAR race in a very long time. Possibly early.
I didn't even watch it because it was boring.
Okay, you know this race today. What it reminded me of? It reminded me. I know it's incomparable. It reminded me of the IndyCar race at Loudon. Yeah, 2011 at Loudon. That what was it? Brian Barnhart before he got rehired again. Like messed up the call. It was raining on the track and everybody was spinning. I know that was the same race that Will Power was angry and ultimately
Kevin LePage.
Ultimately, any title hopes for Will Power. Obviously, what transpired after Loudon was dark and gloomy.
Kevin LePage.
What does LePage have to do with the IndyCar race?
Oh, I thought you were talking about.
No, I'm talking about the IndyCar race at Loudon where there was so much bad officiating in that one as well.
I gotta ask a serious question here. Do you see a spike in Formula 1 and IndyCar ratings? Do you see more people watching IndyCar and Formula 1?
Unfortunately, no. It's going to take a lot for IndyCar to even get the ratings that they once had in the 1990s in kart.
Because
Formula 1,
they
got the worldwide. Worldwide is fine, but here in America,
I'm so sick.
Okay.
I'm so sick of this shit when people on social media are like, oh, I'm done with NASCAR, and the next week you see them on Facebook or Twitter. Oh, Martinsville sucks. This race was a good race, blah, 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 blah. But wait a minute. I thought you said at Talladega that you were done with the sport.
I'm just glad Harvick's in it.
Jacob, I gotta ask you this. I asked Otto this. This is a serious question. When Jeff Gordon retires at the end of this year, are you going to stop watching NASCAR?
No, because Jeff Gordon's not my favorite driver. I never cared, and I don't care about Jeff Gordon. I'm sorry to all you Jeff Gordon fans, but I don't care.
I don't know.
Hey, more power to you, Jacob. I'll still watch. I'm sticking with my loyalty.
As much as I love NASCAR, and I grew up with NASCAR most of my life, this shit is pushing it. Pushing it. It is fucking pushing me to my limit. Any more shit from like this from NASCAR, I'm gonna fucking snap and I'm like, fuck this shit. I'm done with it. Next year, I ain't gonna watch this shit. I ain't gonna know what's going on in the Xfinity. I don't care what's going on in the Structure Sprint Cup because I won't be watching this shit no more. I'm not gonna be invested in it. Why do you think I don't buy diecast? Why do you think I don't buy t-shirts? Why do you think I don't buy all this crap?
Because you don't care, but I do care. The only diecast I'll buy, the only Jeff Gordon diecast I will buy is the Rainbow Exalta and his chase car. That's it.
Okay, that's it. That's fine with me. I'd get the Rainbow car too.
I couldn't even find it at Chicagoland, and someone else did. So maybe really
all your money for merchandise, half of that money is going to Brian France.
I bought a throwback Kevin Harvick that was the only one at Chicago.
How does it make you feel knowing that you're spending all your money on this NASCAR stuff to find out that half of it's going to a guy that don't give a shit about the sport?
I have no comment about it. Let's go into the comments. I have greatest man that ever lived. Here's what he said. Texas last year. What a joke. Agreed. Danny was about to F5 someone. I can see F5ing whoever built the car. WWE entertaining. That's a stretch. He does reviews. Go check out his channel. He has some good content on there. And he said, to be honest, in my opinion, Harvick at the very least shouldn't have been on the track because he couldn't. I guess.
Shut up. Harvick should have been on the track. You know what? You should shove your face in a pile of crap and go die because I don't like you. Go somewhere else. Go screw your mom for a living because I'm pretty sure that's what you do anyway.
Okay, I apologize for that, but hey, everybody has an entitlement. But meanwhile,
Harvick.
I'm not gonna say anything about Harvick because this isn't about Harvick. This isn't about Logano. This is about Brian France.
Because Brian France is retarded.
Yes.
Okay.
So all you people.
One more comment, real quick. He said when Stewart. Go ahead. Go ahead.
This is not about Harvick. This is not about Logano. Stop blaming it on these guys. You want to know who you should blame it to? Blame it on the stupid fuck that owns NASCAR! Brian fucking France! You wonder why all this shit goes on? You wonder why people get fucking tired of NASCAR putting on television channels that nobody can fucking get? Why they have this shitty-ass TV contract with TV channels that nobody can fucking get? Why the races are the way they are? Why there's a chase format? Why there was this rule change for Talladega? It all points down to one fucking man, Brian Dick Smuggling France!
Wait, I got a question. Who was the owner in 2011?
Brian France.
Was that like his only good year ever?
He's been the owner of NASCAR since He's been the owner of NASCAR since 2003.
Who was the owner before him? And
Bill France Jr., his father. Bill France Jr.
I wish Bill France would just come back.
Unfortunately, he passed away in 2007. I wish he was alive. Jacob, I wish he was alive, though.
How about we get somebody...
Man had fucking... You wanna know why I wish Bill... Do you want to know why I wish Bill France Jr. was alive? Because he had a thing called balls, he had a thing called dignity, and he loved the sport. His father, Bill France Sr., all the way back in the 1960s and 70s, told him how to raise the sport, how to grow the sport. His father said, his father gave him the key to NASCAR and said, son, here's the key, make NASCAR great. I want to see great things from NASCAR. His son took NASCAR from a regional southern sport and made it a national, almost worldwide phenomenon. Everyone knows what NASCAR is because of Bill France Jr. And for this fucking piece of fucking shit, Brian France, to take NASCAR and get rid of Winston, put it in chase format, come up with all these rule changes.
All right, returning. But now I forget what the hell was I gonna say. Was it something about?
Does anyone
Oh
know?
yeah, Gordon and Stewart. Yeah, right. Hold on a moment. What now considered another comment was brought up after 2016. Gordon will be gone. Stewart will be gone. You don't have anybody left from the 1990s as it pertains when they made their rookie season. Yes, Dale Jr., Matt Kenseth, and Bobby Labonte are still around, but Jr. and Kenseth were 2000 rookies, but they debuted it in the 90s. So they're the only ones left after 2016. Michael Waltrip's still driving, and he's the only 80s debuted driver left.
And Dale Jr.'s season is coming to an end soon.
Oh, he is eliminated.
No, what I'm saying is like he's gonna retire soon.
There's gonna be a couple more like.
I know, but still,
there's so many
How many
drivers in their
NASCAR
40s
fans?
now. It's hard to believe.
How many NASCAR fans are going to turn the sport off after Junior leaves?
I'm not, because once Harvick leaves, that's when the sport's off for me.
Well, they got Jeffrey Earnhardt, who'll be in the 32.
Who cares about Jeffrey Earnhardt?
There will be an Earnhardt in the sport, even when Junior is done. And that depends if Jeffrey does good, but we don't know.
Is Jeffrey Earnhardt Earnhardt's son or something?
He is Kerry Earnhardt's son, so I'm guessing Dale Jr.'s cousin, or no, uncle, cousin. I don't know.
We don't know. But
he is related to Dale Jr. though.
Why can't people listen to my advice and just stop watching this shit? Go watch Formula 1. Go watch IndyCar. Give them views.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna start
IndyCar and Formula 1 are a lot better racing. You don't have a stupid ass chase format. And
whoa! Formula 1 has a gimmick though. The last race double the points. That's somewhat of a gimmick. I think some people have lost interest in Formula 1. I have to make an argument here. A lot of people have lost interest in Formula 1 because of the Mercedes dominance, and also the cars and Bernie Ecclestone. Bernie Ecclestone. That's another story for another.
Well, if you have to go to the lowest extent, go to a dirt track race. If you have a local dirt track near you and it's only about, say, $5 or $6, you got $5 to spend. Hell, go to the dirt track. Watch them dirt track races
I don't have a dirt track. I have an asphalt track, which is better than dirt. It's more exciting.
Whenever you get.
They're on the off season right now, but it's more exciting than NASCAR. Let me tell you that right now.
When you get more money, Jacob, spend your money there. I'm pretty sure those drivers that bust their butts off racing there, I'm pretty sure they would like to have your money.
Well, yeah, but they don't sell merchandise and stuff. But true.
But the money goes toward the teams to make the cars better.
Mhm. But how am I gonna give them money though? You know, without buying merchandise, because nobody at my local track sells merchandise. Even in the garage,
I don't know
sell merchandise. It's a local track, so I mean I'm pretty sure local tracks don't sell merchandise.
Let's say they sell track merchandise. What it does, it helps the track keep going. The local tracks. And yes, I agree. IndyCar has been better. The bodies, I don't mind.
They don't sell track merchandise either. They sell no merchandise, just food.
What are the comments?
And beer. Wait, and beer.
What?
So,
Go ahead, Jacob.
What are the comments saying?
No, I said food. My local track sells food, beer, and that's it. And they have restrooms. And
by the way, about that Harvick comment, he wasn't blaming Harvick. He was just kind of saying, and also he said 2000 was the best season ever. Another comment by Gabriel Nunes says, "Wow, nice rant." Go ahead.
Before we go on to that comment, wait, did that guy say that? That one guy I was talking bad about say that?
Yeah, he supports Harvick too.
Tell that guy. Sorry about that.
He's watching. He's watching.
Yeah, sorry, dude.
I got a question to everybody that's watching out there and to everybody that watches this in the future. And I'm not trying to sound like a douche, but I want to be very serious with you. Would you watch Formula One or IndyCar, or would you pay your money to go to local dirt track besides watching NASCAR and having to put up with this TV deal and Brian France
Okay,
all the time?
Otto,
Would you rather watch? Would you rather watch Formula One and IndyCar over NASCAR? Yes
Otto.
or no?
Yeah, go ahead, Jacob.
What was that? One Gabe comment or whatever?
Gabriel, nice rant. I don't know which rant. I guess I'm not the one ranting.
No, he's
being-
he's talking about me. Yeah, you're stupid. Thank you for saying that rant. Stupid. Stupid.
I don't know which rant he was referring to.
He's talking about my rant about the Kevin Harvick. I'm pretty sure because no one else ranted unless there was a rant.
Ray has
I wasn't here
ranted
for.
like 3 times already, so it's gotta be most likely him. But I don't know.
It's either me or
I'm
him.
not ranting about Harvick. I'm
No.
not ranting about that. I'm ranting about Brian France. And if anybody wants to defend Brian France, fuck you. How about that? Fuck you. Because Brian France is the one that's killing this fucking sport. Get that through your fucking head!
Okay, if I was given the option, IndyCar, Formula One, NASCAR, obviously I'll go with NASCAR. Then if NASCAR's out of the question, IndyCar, Formula One, I'll go with IndyCar. At least they've had some really good racing. Fontana, the greatest they're probably one of the best races I've ever seen in my days.
Where Scott Dixon won the championship.
Oh, Scott Dixon, Montoya led the whole championship. Doesn't win the title.
Only to lose it.
Yeah, and all these NASCAR fans want to make fun of Montoya, even though he's an IndyCar. Oh, he's a Tetra.
In a future video, I will say this: Montoya, I would put him in my top 25 greatest drivers of the last 15 years.
Yeah, well, look what Montoya did. He said, fuck you to NASCAR. He left, went back to IndyCar, won the Indy 500, and darn well almost won the championship.
But that proves you as well, Scott Dixon can arguably be one of the best IndyCar drivers of all time, too.
For all you people making fun of Montoya, saying that he's just well known for the jet dryer incident, how about check out IndyCar? Check out what he did in IndyCar this year. How about open your fucking eyes and stop watching more than just NASCAR? How about watch IndyCar and Formula One and see what Montoya's really doing over there?
Don't forget Formula One. He won the Monaco Grand Prix. He was a fierce competitor, but just the McLarens, and especially in 05, they were unreliable. I think you can say an argument that Raikkonen could have been a real threat in the 05 title had it not been for the unreliable cars he had.
Nice profile picture.
Let me ask you guys this, and let me ask you guys this, and the people in the chat: WWE or NASCAR? Would you rather put up with Vince McMahon or Brian France?
I'll put up with Brian France since it's a legitimate thing. And he lost his shit when Montoya won the 500. No, I was happy that Montoya won the Indy 500. The last couple Indy 500s have been great for the most part.
Okay, now, are you asking me now, Rain?
Yeah.
Okay.
Vince McMahon or Brian France?
Vince McMahon.
I will say I'll put up with France. Vince is just it's a different story.
Who would you put up with more, Vince McMahon, Rain, or?
I'd rather put up with Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
Because at least Vince could give me some ideas, some great ideas. What the fuck's Brian France gonna give me?
Nothing.
2 different sports. I will say that.
The only thing that I like about the chase is the yellow numbers or yellow. That's it.
As long as Gordon is fuck it, but
Gordon may get into the Final Four.
You know what?
He has a good chance considering you look at who's left. You have I wouldn't mind. At this point I don't really care who makes it to the Final Four, but I will be biased. As long as Penske's are not in it, I'll be just fine.
Yeah, the only Penske that's gonna have a chance is Logano.
Or some people would like to refer. Oh yeah, some people did mention that on the Kamikaze's live stream. But Or I like to say sometimes, bitch made Logano.
I think mine's better. Logano.
What are people
It
saying
fits
in the
better.
comments? Are they agreeing with what I'm saying or no?
I have no idea. It's just pretty much kind of like. I think there'll be more. If there's not, then okay. Let's see. Got a couple more comments. Jeez, the comments are up the ass today.
Alright, I'm gonna look at your video on
Okay.
YouTube.
Gabriel Nunes
Because
said, I lost my money on IndyCar. I'm a Gordon fan, and with Stewart retiring next year, I'm likely leaving after 2016. All of you guys' rants are good. Well, thank you. Even though
Thank
I
you.
didn't quite rant.
Hey, Otto. What's your
I'm
YouTube?
not telling you. Look, we're not telling you you don't have to stop watching NASCAR.
The channel says never watch WWE, but picks Vince McMahon regardless.
Hey, Luis, what's your channel on YouTube?
Auto Rockin' Racing 94. Come on, man. I'm just kidding.
Hey, you're not as big as my favorite you.
I don't care if I'm big or small, really, but
It doesn't say anything. AUTOROCKING RACING.
no, I don't have a G on Rockin'. The Rockin' is kind of like a...
Oh.
Is this the most pissed off that the NASCAR fan base has been toward a race?
I think they've been pissed off several times this year. Look at Richmond with Matt Kenseth. Look at Chicago with Jeff Gordon, Kevin Harvick, Jimmy Johnson, Joey Logano. God damn, she's fucking gorgeous.
Yeah,
meanwhile,
this is the bottom of the barrel. This is the absolute lowest they can go.
Alright, any more? Yeah, this race was so whatever, that I'm watching a high school marching band performance, which I should really need to see personally because I have.
Okay.
I know that person.
That was the guy who said that the green light checker was only for safety. Who's to say that there wouldn't have been a guy hitting the catch fence early in the race?
I don't. Well, let me. It happened mid-race a couple times. Jeff Bodine and Bobby Allison, or you can even consider. Should have considered. Fuck.
Ricky Craven.
Ricky Craven. I could say Jimmy Horton, but I don't know if there was fencing when Horton went off the track in '93.
Jeff Bodine and the Trucks in 2000.
I'm looking at.
Can't even get a real finish for these races. Gordon doesn't care anymore after the Scrooge. Well, I guess I don't know about that if he cared. He was pretty content that he got out of there alive, and he had a strong car all day. It's just Junior Logano was just the dominant car. And speaking of color cars, he says at the end of all this, Harvick made 4 enemies today. He better watch out in Martinsville. Oh, Martinsville.
Well, that's his opinion.
Martinsville? No, I think Martinsville would be interesting, and in my opinion, that is Gordon's last chance for him to win.
Otto, that's if anybody even tunes in for Martinsville. Do you know how many people are saying that they're not watching Martinsville next week? They are going to go so low in the ratings.
Yeah, they'll say that just for likes sometimes. I can't read people's mind. They probably will watch. I don't know.
Be a man. To the people that are saying that they're done with the sport, be a man of your fucking word. Stop changing fucking shit around. Be a man of your fucking word.
6:03, Eastern.
If you're done with the sport, be done with it. If you don't want to watch it anymore, don't watch it. Why do you think I don't watch NASCAR races anymore until the very end?
Isn't Hell in a Cell on right now?
No, this is the pre-show, but who gives a well?
It's
my opinion, I don't care for the pre-show or the pre-show that much, but I will watch because somebody will have it on. I'm only invested unless they're a taker. That's pretty much it.
I'm invested in everything pretty much. I don't think Randy Orton's not wrestling. What if Randy Orton comes out? What if Randy Orton comes out for the U.S. Open title? That would be awesome.
Cena versus Orton, part 999. Okay.
Yep.
As long as Orton wins, I'll be fine. But
yeah, Orton's my favorite wrestler. I just want to see Orton RKO Cena.
RKO through a glass sheet of window.
I I don't really have a favorite wrestler in WWE because they're all going to get buried by Cena anyway, so what's the point?
Unless Orton comes out tonight and then Orton RKO Cena and Cena loses the title, then Orton's gonna bury everyone.
John Cena losing clean would be like world peace all over.
But you gotta think
It's not
though.
going to happen.
Well,
Orton's,
Talladega has had train racing.
Orton's the only one
lately,
that
too.
hasn't had a match yet. So I don't know.
He's
And people-
filming a movie. He's filming
Anyway.
something.
He's probably on vacation. Anyways, let's get back on track with the day. Okay, in the thing, I watch all types of racing. I follow it fairly well. That I
you
know what
followed
is
these
going
nuts very well.
on. I never heard of that racing league. I might as well not check it out.
I'm just kidding. You know
But-
that, Otto.
Let's see. Out of all the three series right now, I say the trucks has produced probably the more consistent, better racing. Because look at you look. I said at Daytona in February. I said it in February. Matt Crafton will have the easiest title defense out of everyone. Look where he is now. He's not had an easy title defense. Eric Jones, Tyler Reddick are in this championship. There's a couple more guys too. And look at the guys who won. Look, John Hunter Nemechek finally got a win. John frickin' West Townley. He had a good car at Vegas. People somewhat are forgetting.
You
He
mean
had a
truck?
strong truck. If I said car, I apologize. Truck. He had the strong truck. He was right there the entire time. Almost the entire time. I was kind of disappointed that Cameron Haley didn't win it because I was thinking Cameron Haley will win it. I'll be content. John West Townley, I'll be surprised.
What's everybody saying?
Jeez, you expect? I'm not like PewDiePie or Cinemassacre that gets comments like every 5 seconds.
Yeah, I know, right? Shout out to Dwayne Fade.
Cesaro needs to leave. At this point I wouldn't care if he leaves.
Cesaro needs to leave. Where's he gonna go?
He'll
TNA.
wrestle and he'll be big in the indie scene. I think he'll be fine. I don't know, but
TNA.
You wanna know? No. I just thought of it now.
I
The
could use some
perfect company
TNA right now.
The
perfect
D's
company
nuts.
for Cesaro.
No, not the
Go ahead,
The
Ray.
perfect company for Cesaro to go to, ROH.
D's nuts.
Go back to ROH, Cesaro.
Hey Cesaro, you should go to the D's Nuts company. It's actually a wrestling company.
Okay. But Martinsville, I say it's gonna be interesting. The fact that some of these guys, I'm surprised that made it this far, are still in it.
Well, we know at least it wasn't. Well, NASCAR was still rigged today, even though Dale Jr. didn't win.
Yeah, people seem to forget what. Now the question is, what if Junior won? Will it be the same uproar or not much? I'll probably
Junior did it last year. He won. He got knocked out at Talladega, like today.
No, I'm talking about today's race. If it was Junior that won today, not Logano, would people be saying the same thing anyways, or no?
Yeah, because it's rigged.
Either way, it'll be a lose situation. I said
Let me ask this.
3 lose because people will say they rigged the race so Goran can win in his final season. I know people will say that stupid crap.
Let me ask this question. Then why did it take them so long to waive the caution after the wreck happened? Because they wanted Junior to get in front of Logano, but it was too late.
They were wrecking a start finish that if they didn't wave the yellow, say everybody were clear on the track. What if everybody cleared off the track? And Hamlin didn't stop the car. Either way, the race was gonna be over, unfortunately.
What if they didn't call a caution and Joey Logano just rammed into everyone?
They'll wait for caution for Logano, and everybody will be angry at Logano.
Yeah, but Logano's car would be destroyed.
I'll ask Otto this first, and then I'll ask Jacob this second. Otto, before this race happened, did you know that this was going to happen? Did you know with this green, white, checkered rule that something stupid was going to happen?
Okay, first and foremost, as the moderator, I asked the question. Second and foremost, one second. Oh,
Come on, you should at least let someone else ask the questions too, Otto.
or I'll probably join in after. Alright, off script right there. Second and foremost, what the fuck was I gonna say? What was I talking about before?
You said that first off, the moderator asked the questions, which I think is kind of retarded. Just kidding.
Because as you, well, whatever. But
I'm
anyway.
just kidding. Calm down, bro. Jeez. You should at least let Rain ask like a couple questions.
Okay, just ask me the question because I forgot what was I gonna say.
Yeah, go ahead, Rain.
Did you know before this race that with this new green, white, checkered rule, did you know something stupid was bound to happen?
I wouldn't be surprised. I was like, I'm like the mentality. As long as Gordon makes it in, I'll be fine. Or Harvick. I wouldn't care. I just, like somebody said, I just wanted to see a good finish. None of that train racing that we've seen. If it was a good finish, I'll be happy. Even if it just depends on circumstances, but finish, I wanted to see a finish. But people seem to forget that 2004 to 2010, we had 1/10 of a green, white, checkered. Until they went to 3 in 2011.
Jacob, did you know this was going to happen?
Yep. As soon as I saw on Instagram, one green, white, checkered, I was like, something's gonna happen. And they're gonna find a way to rig it somehow.
Whoa, Brian France. Good job, Brian France.
Good job, Brian France, for rigging the race.
How much more is it going to take before people finally just fucking snap?
Let's see.
Oh
make
yeah, people
make Logano win the wait, this is what it's going to take for people to snap. Make Logano win the championship. If Logano wins the championship, everybody's done. Me included. If Logano wins the championship, I'm done with NASCAR.
If Logano were to win the championship, he would also it will be a legit championship because he's ahead of Harvick for quite a while now in the regular season points, the Winston Cup method of points.
Yeah, but still, it'll still be stupid because he doesn't deserve it.
It's pretty much become, people saying the Joe Gibbs show, might as well call it the Joey Logano show at this point.
If Brian France rigs it again and Joey Logano wins another race, I'm done. I'm turning off NASCAR. I'm gonna go to probably
okay,
NFL.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Hold up, Jacob. Are you mean to tell me that if he wins Martinsville, you're not tuning back in till Homestead? You're not going to watch till Homestead?
No, because it is rigged. I'm going to go to NFL.
What if Harvick makes the Final Four at Homestead? You still not going to watch?
I probably will. But if Joey Logano wins Homestead, then I'm definitely not watching the race anymore. I'm definitely
the only reason Logano lost the championship at Homestead was because of his pit crew. If his pit crew does not mess up, and Logano makes Homestead in the Final Four, uh-oh.
Hey Joey Logano's pit crew, mess up.
Just give him Jeff Gore's pit crew. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no, give him Cole Witt's pit crew.
Sorry. Give him Warburton's Busch Series pit crew for Rockingham 92.
Give him an invisible pit crew that doesn't even work.
Okay. Another comment because I'm gonna plan to wrap it up here.
Give him the Mr. Clean Magic Eraser pit crew. Like on NASCAR 2005 Chase for the Cup.
Well, I have a question before we go off air. And this is to the both of you. But despite what happens with Hell in a Cell, whatever happens tonight with Hell in a Cell, do you think Hell in a Cell will satisfy you more than Talladega?
Probably because Once I was watching Talladega, I turned it off. It was boring as crap. I was like, I can't watch this.
We'll see. Anyways, comment. I knew something stupid was going to happen before the truck race even started. I knew there would be a late caution, and I knew this one green-white checker was going to be a dud. Okay.
What am I? And for everybody wondering, what I'm going to be doing, I'm not going to be covering NASCAR at all this week on my channel. I'll be covering the World Series because I think the World Series is more important than what's going on right now in NASCAR.
Alright. Woo! Let's go. Who do I want to win? I don't know.
I'd rather watch a World Series where two teams that deserve it than watch NASCAR where this shit's going on. I'm sorry, that's just my opinion.
Even though I wanted the Mets to beat the Cubs, I feel like the Cubs deserve it too, but the Mets deserve it more.
The Mets have the best pitching rotation in the major leagues, in my opinion.
Alright. My final thought is.
You're stupid.
What else? What else do you expect?
I'm joking.
What else do you expect? Like, what else is new? And I thought it was an anticlimactic, redundant race, and obviously, as you said in my title, controversy creates cash and anger.
I gotta ask you this, Otto. With all the controversy going on in NASCAR with Logano and stuff, do you think we'll have a Texas 2.0?
If it happens, as long as Gordon's not in it, I'll be flattered, but I will figure out who to blame for that one. At this point, going into 26,
for everybody
I
out
can
there
actually watch it and see if Harvick or Chase Elliott or even Kyle Larson can step up his game.
For everybody out there that's, pissed off with us, hey, don't be pissed off at Harvick and Logano. Be pissed off at Brian France, in my opinion. If you don't want to blame Brian France, if you don't want to put the blame on him, then fine, whatever, I guess.
Last thoughts, Jacob.
About what?
Well, NASCAR.
Talladega.
Do you think NASCAR will be
better?
better? Do you think NASCAR will be better if Brian France stepped down?
Yep. How about Brian France steps down and put me in there? Whoop, 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 whoop.
I wish Dale Earnhardt Sr. was alive because I guarantee you he'd probably be in charge of NASCAR right now.
He'll be an ambassador of NASCAR of some sort. I wouldn't be too surprised, but
he wouldn't be putting up with this shit. Could you imagine what he would say after Talladega? He'd be giving this race a 2000 Daytona 500 treatment. He'd be like, "This was one of the worst finishes to a NASCAR race I've ever fucking seen." Bill France Jr. and Sr. are rolling over in their graves right now. I guarantee you he would say that.
He would be saying that, but instead of saying Bill France Sr. and Jr. or whatever, he'd be saying Brian France.
On that note, go ahead.
He probably is saying it right now in heaven or whatever.
On that note, round 3, we're getting close to the end of an era, and Martinsville will be next week. I'm curious what will happen in that race.
Is anybody going to watch Martinsville next week after what happened today?
I'll still watch, of course. I still want, no matter what. Even if it's not the greatest state of right now, because 2015 compared to 2014, as far as dramatic-wise, I'm not dramatically enthused. I was at the race because I was worried what was gonna happen, but
after Talladega today, I'd rather spend my time on something that actually is more worthwhile, and that's either the World Series or Formula 1 or IndyCar. So, no, I will not be watching Martinsville. If Gordon wins, yay. If Junior wins, yay. Honestly, I don't really honestly care about Martinsville next week. I don't care until Homestead, because I'm tuning into Homestead for one reason. And no, it's not for the Final Four. It's because of Gordon. As soon as Gordon, if Gordon wrecks out at Homestead, if he wrecks out early, I'm turning the race off.
On that note, I'll still be watching, and as far as when I'll make another random commentary, me failing all over the place, crashing NR, R-Factor, it won't happen anytime soon because I have a video editing software that just stops working. It's just stopped working.
Otto sucks at racing.
And plus, And plus,
I'm just kidding.
Otto has a radio show on Friday nights, which, by the way, you can check out at kuoi.org.
Yeah, I would appreciate the plug right there, but I'd rather have them find them by themselves. But meanwhile, until we meet again, if you agree
Wait.
with us,
Wait, I didn't get to say anything.
oh, go ahead.
I feel, like I said before, that I will watch the race until Logano wins Martinsville or wins another race again, then I'm off.
As I said, I'll still be watching.
The only track, if Logano, oh, sorry, Otto.
I'll still be watching because obviously I've seen a lot of horseshit and I've been more angry at a lot of things than that. So
If Logano wins, I won't watch until, and if it gets rigged again, I won't watch until Homestead because of Jeff Gordon. Jeff Gordon wrecks out, I'm done.
And if Logano wins the title, then Jacob's definitely done.
Yep.
you know, none of this shit would have happened. I think none of this shit would have happened had McMurray then blow an engine, and we would have seen the most dominant win in history, in Talladega history, since like Dale Earnhardt in 1994 in the 80s. Biffle had like a 35-second lead. I think you look how much he had fuel remaining. I think he would have probably won it had the
like yesterday in EWRL.
Not.
Oh,
you want to know who's to blame? You want to know who's to blame? No offense when I say this, and I know he's dead, but I have to blame Bill France Jr. for fucking whatever woman he found to give birth to Brian France. I'm sorry.
All right, I guess that's all we got to say.
Brian France is the Justin Bieber of NASCAR. He's a pimple on the face of NASCAR.
Isn't Brian France Sr.'s, or not Sr., Bill France Jr.'s wife still alive today?
Betty France?
I don't know.
That's Bill Sr.'s wife, Betty France, never mind. Anyways, until we meet again, if I ever do a video, it will probably not anytime soon. So if you guys want to see my past videos, feel free. You can see me flopping R5.
I'm going
to give some word of reason, or see
you can
me
see Otto
intentionally
suck at driving.
Okay, the top 10 auto rocket 94
to
crashes. Some of them were intentional. Some of them was just bad luck.
Yeah.
I'm going to go watch Hell in a Cell because I guarantee you WWE will at least.
It's not even on
they'll
yet.
probably be a little entertaining. Yeah, but when it comes on, at least it'll be more entertaining than Talladega.
Alright, till we meet again, this has been mostly a 2015 CampingWorld.com 500 Talladega review, even though we've mostly talked about the finish and all that, but hey, it is what it is. Oh, I will say this real quick. Greg Biffle should have won. I'm just kidding. I wish he did.
For my last word, I have to say this. These nuts.
I was going to say real quick. Can I say this real quick?
25 seconds.
This wasn't the Camping World 500. This was the commercial 500 because of all the commercials.
Alright, till we meet again.
These nuts.
Auto Rocket Racing 94 out, and whenever I come back, you'll find out.
Remember, guys, these nuts.